Hey, what is up guys? ShadowSteel here, and we're playing a mod today on how to. We're going to show you a little bit something of how to renew vehicles on Train Fever. Now this is a modded gameplay, so naturally we're going to see a few differences with the content, such as the textures actually are very much modded for for a little bit of a better gameplay. So, alright. So, like I said before, we're gonna do something different for how to. Last two episodes we've been focusing on updating, building up our network. Now that in this game I have a much more completed network so far, we're gonna learn how to update the network. So, first up, you might want to go into your routes tab. Now, I have a few routes that are unused because of the fact that they're not very profitable or not very useful. So, first of all, I also want to get out of the way that there's no expiration dates on any of these vehicles. That's one of the mods I've had in place. You can see that the Interurban mod is on here. Basically, these little guys are running around. These are not default content. So, we're gonna find a vehicle, a set of vehicles that is relatively old. So, what we're gonna do is go into the vehicle list. You see that these all have their specific ages. So the oldest one is about 12 years old, and these are the trams. We have a goods line that's pretty old too. So we'll go over there and focus on that train. Yeah. Now, you've probably seen this locomotive before on my previous how-to. This is a passenger locomotive. So we'll try and fix this little guy up for later use. So what we're going to have to do is click on the, I have no idea how to pronounce that line, but no matter, we'll set it up. Alright, go to vehicle replacement. Now notice how it says not set. That means that you need to set vehicles before they update. So go into here, once again, the mod that you see is just basically all the goods and specific, all the vehicles in a specific set. So first off, make sure the vehicles you've gotten, like, you know, the oldest vehicle. So the oldest vehicle can be about 40 years old, and that's going to be its maximum age. At least I think. I haven't tried this out for quite a while. Alright, so now we're going to set some vehicles. The best bet is to go, if you don't know how much your line is electrified, like I do, you might want to go for a steam locomotive at the current time. So I'm going to go with the BR 78, which is a German locomotive, another modded locomotive. We're going to fit it up with these cars instead. There we go. We'll get rid of one, because I don't think we'll need all that. Now, you can set how old the locomotive can get before it replaces itself. I'm going to do 25, just out of, just to show you how it works. And once you get out of this, you'll notice that there's a little circle here. This means that there's an automatic vehicle replacement. And you can do the same with all your routes. And we'll do this constantly each time the vehicle reaches a certain point in its age. Which means you will lose a bit of money when updating them, but in turn it won't cost you as much to really focus on replacing each vehicle. So let's do the same with another route. This line will probably have to be replaced. It's fairly old, but let's see here. I notice that, again, the trams and stuff. We'll go down to 2, because there's not really a difference on what vehicle you use. So, now we set it to 100, that means the vehicle will reach the end of its lifespan, then it will automatically be replaced. We'll upgrade this vehicle next. So basically all we're doing is basically upgrading the vehicles. Now I clicked yes by accident, but you see that it says that there's no vehicle set. That means that you can't set it up before the vehicle's in place. Again, we're going to set it up with this locomotive. It's the fastest, and we're going to set up some open wagons. Now, sometimes you'll want to keep the same amount of cargo. So, for instance, that's 8 instead of 4, which is the other one. So let's check out how much this train can actually hold. It's 44, so that's going to be a bit difficult to match up. You can go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be 40. That's 45. Okay. 8? No. Okay, we're a little over anyway. This is fine. Alright. Click that. And again, the vehicle will replace once it reaches 100% of its lifespan. Now, depending on how old this vehicle is, they'll actually replace as soon as it stops at the station. So, we'll see here. Now, notice that it just disappeared for a second and then replaced with this. That means the locomotive has been renewed, and you can actually go ahead and go into here if you don't want to replace it again after 25% of its lifespan. Go to vehicle replacement and just turn it off. Now we have a bit of a faster train and a much more, if not somewhat a more efficient line. Next up, I want to show you how to replace certain crossings. Notice here that last couple of videos, you'll notice that whenever I went over a crossing, I ended up highlighting it. This is because you can actually replace the crossing. It's a simple fix. But, it's a simple thing, but, again, it's just, basically all you're doing is just clicking on one of the local, what the? Oh, never mind. One of the crossings and it will replace. Now these three are not default. This one is. Again, I'm going to keep it that way. So yeah. If we zoom out here, I want to make sure I have everything set up. Looks like everything's fine. I don't see any issues right now. I want to make sure that you guys know how to deal with updating and renewing vehicles. So, that's that. Why don't we go and probably show off how to upgrade a station this time. Now, like I said before, in some previous how-tos, you might want to future-proof these stations. So, for instance, this little station here, this is actually fine for what we need because we don't need more than 2 lines in there. But just to show off how to upgrade these stations, I want to show you that naturally you can't just click over that. That's because this game doesn't play like OpenTTD. Basically, the station does not add to it when you click on the platform. Whoop. Alright. As soon as that train leaves, we'll actually upgrade the station to a slightly bigger station. So, there we go. Now, you might want to pause the game prior to doing this, because when you do this, you get rid of the station, you have a limited time before the station completely disappears. So naturally we're going to click that and the station returns. So, as you can see, there's also nothing waiting anymore because the station was demolished. But of course the station is now back and passengers will eventually come back. Same thing with just upgrading lines. All you gotta do is... oh shit, I just realized. Same thing with upgrading tracks around it. Simply just place the electrified lines right over the track. And to get rid of them, just click over this and you'll pretty much get the line ready to go. Probably hook up the parallel. Oh, almost. There we go. There you have it. Your basic introduction to replacing and renewing vehicles. So like and comment down below, subscribe if you want more, and I'll see you guys in the next how-to video.